Prepare for battle.
I like Terrorblade. I'm not sure if Pugna is good enough to counter this beast underused hero, in my opinion. Very hard to fight into, even though they have a couple of silences. Do they have a Beastmaster and Grimstroke? Let me just check. Yes, they do. Yeah, okay. So that's a lot of stun. That's a lot of control.
I still don't think it's going to be enough. I got to give my prediction for the Prediction King. Going TnC. I closed my eyes, and you know when you get those like colors in your eyes when you close them? Yeah, it came up orange.
For a lesson.
The colors are orange. I read into that, and that will apparently mean that TnC will win.
You're only making it worse.
Yeah. If you guys don't believe me, close your eyes.
To battle.
Tell me what you see.
Tell me what you see. So, game number 3, T1 TnC. This is a big game for TnC. You've got T1 who are 2-1. You've got TnC who are 1-2. If TnC win this, T1, Boom, and TnC are all 2-2. It's very important for TnC and TnC fans alike that they do takes one. But that being said, same thing really for T1, because then they beat the
Master falters.
I don't know. I like this DPC season. You know, just the build up towards a major, and can't believe we're gonna actually have teams, different regions playing against each other. It's been forever.
That Singapore major. It's gonna be fun.
For sure. Like, Dota should be great again. Regions against regions. We're gonna have a major winners. Only 2 major, however.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll see what happens. But let's check this game. Armel on Ember Spirit on a mid lane against the Pugna. Pugna starting with the Nether Blast. Armel going for that slight, securing a creep, and possibly dodge that blast from Pugna. So far, there are 3 heroes on the top lane, just getting a bit more farm to the Underlord and the Tims, dragging the creep wave back.
Taking a lot of damage over bottom. The Thunder Strike and the right clicks from the Metamorphosis from Gabbi. Ooh, surviving. By the way, comments, I know they were asking on the panel, what's your favorite interaction with Soulbind? Mine is if you've got Shard as Pugna, and then you life drain from the Soulbound units. It'll split both of them on 2 more units if they're close enough. And then split it. It's kind of great.
Say that again? I was just reading the shard. For every 175 seconds of channel, another secondary life drain is created, targeting another random enemy hero.
Yeah. So it splits every 1.75, but if you, I'm pretty sure if you've got it Soulbind, and
you can have 4 sucks.
It'll split again, and then split again. If you,
it's like unlimited splits. You tested it?
Oh, I tested it, or a friend of ours tested it, and he had like 10 axes, Soulbind, life drain, and every one of them got hit by the end of the duration.
All right, I want to see this, Pugna. If you're listening,
I call it the ultimate suck. It's really just the best Soulbind opinion, if they can pull it off.
Yeah, Black is like, yeah, you know, Doom. We're gonna go with that one. Pretty standard stuff. Couldn't think of anything else. But Roar is good. Like,
yeah, Roar is great.
Roar is good. Gabbi doing fine on the bottom lane. 12 CS. Has a fluffy hat going towards the Falcon Blade. Some mana regen, some damage, a bit of a HP on top of that. Not too bad of an item for a TB.
Again, Falcon Blade, it's just one of those items, again, doesn't really build in anything else. Is it just a slot taker? Is it worth the gold?
TB builds like expensive items. You get Scotty, you get S and Y most likely. Manta style's also fine here to get rid of the some stuff like you kill Phantom pretty quickly with the Manta and get out of the Frostbite, remove the slow, so it could be pretty good. Remove the Cripify. So Falcon Blade is going to be in the inventory for a very long time.
So we'll see how quickly he can get that. Meanwhile, Carl sitting top of the CS at the current moment, 7-5. Ember only 11-4. Oh, a bit one-sided. A lot of damage coming through onto the Disruptor. but Bebby survives. Gabbi into that metamorphosis once again, trying to secure some CS, doing a good job so far. And Armel sitting at about close to half health at the moment with that bottle. Has one more sip ready to go in that flame dart. But again, Carl just maintaining a good position on the CS. Gabbi, though, getting chased down. And now they're under the tier 1 tower. They'll get first blood. Zephyr
already
combines with Pugna to get this kill onto the Terrorblade.
It's really not worth it, because like Big Wave was pushing in. Febby just decides to dig,
bottom tower
secures the mid rune. I think in this situation, you're fine with having one position 4 moving to one side, trying to secure their bounty rune for your mid laner, and Ember Spirit can't check the bottom rune.
Glimpse back, but not really going to matter much. Febby's working here with not a lot of health and mana now.
This reward transcends expectations.
That was really bad. The TB goes down in that situation.
He lost so much. A lot of XP, a lot of CS. Still doing okay, 21. We didn't talk about the Underlord. He's the king of this game, playing in the Phantom Assassin. Early on, you just don't care. KP, we see that quite often these days in both Southeast Asia and Chinese region. Off-laners just getting that bottle. So much value you get from it. Reef Peel from the bounty runes, and Underlord, like, you drag the creep wave to the side, which means he's just gonna get more farm from that firestorm.
Middle tower is under attack.
Cuckoo controlling this lane. Terrorblade for this point, but not expecting so much more just yet. Again, Decrepify onto the Ember, level 6 for Carl. Now we just wait until he gets the shard and we get the soul bind.
Just have to wait 15 more minutes.
Yeah. If you wait, it'll potentially come.
Oh, Febby looks pretty dead.
Yeah, he's trying to run away, glimpse back, get some distance. Oh, the Crystal Nova, one more right click is enough. Zephyr taking out Febby, so now they have the kill on both these heroes bottom.
It's just too much slow, too much damage. Whenever DB does not have meta, they can't play aggressive. They can't get a kill. Once meta is up, yeah, we will be able to farm, put some pressure on the heroes.
This is not the best lane so far for TnC bottom. Where they're at right now, is this okay for them? Is this enough for what they're getting? Or is it really starting to favor T1?
Once this meta is gone, Gabbi needs to be in the jungle. There's just going to be too much pressure when he's in melee mode. Beastmaster getting closer to level 6. Possible rotations from your mid laner. Pugna trying to put some more pressure on a mid tower. You asked, like, what's the situation like for them? Top lane's going well. Underworld getting a lot of free farm. TV's still doing okay. But yeah, I just don't think he should be in the lane anymore. Just go back to the jungle.
They need to be careful about their mid too. Carl's putting the pressure on. Another blast, just knocking out so much health on given the opportunity to do so. If you lose that mid tier 1 quickly, it opens up the map for T1. See already some wards around the jungle. Zephyr picking up another.
Is under attack.
Keep that vision, do what he can. Far so good for both teams. I think it's pretty close. You need to be very careful on Gabbi. If he gets caught out again, that could be a big problem.
Has 1 point in Sunder available, but he's just gonna die. That's why I said he needs to be in the jungle, because this type of rotation T1 did in a game with the Raid King, where they just DP from the top lane, put the pressure on the enemy safe lane. Kind of standard stuff. I saw Gabbi going to the jungle, then going back to the lane, a bit greedy. But, okay, mid lane, Thames just gonna drop Carl with the full combo on him. 5-0, man. TnC, they're kind of looking weak in the laning stage. Like, decision-making wise, what needs to be done is still not, like, top-notch.
Radiant structures are fortified.
They kind of floundered in the lane. It's been a bit of a struggle. Carl gets smoked before He makes the move up towards top. He's also in phase. Well, life drain onto the Underlord. He's stunned and killed. Carl with another one. He is rotating, making his presence felt, and from an even game to a 2K lead. But here comes TnC. Stick with Carl for a second, but the silence with the Phantom's embrace of Whitemon to keep Pugna alive. It looks like Whitemon will die for first kill for TnC. They'll also get the tower up in the top lane, but they don't get the Pugna, which is what they really, really wanted. So T1 are happy to give up as well as the fact that they just blow up Gabbi. Wow.
Man, Gabbi's not having a game. Already died 3 times. 9 minutes in on a TV. It's just being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Should have been in a triangle instead. Maybe send illusion, try to get the last hit with it. Amber puts the pressure. Amber's the one guy that can't really be caught by their heroes. Unless they use a silence, they already killed the Grimstroke. DB once again keeping top. Roar.
And they save this Ember. So far, so good in the save situation, but do they come back and get any kills out of this? Debbie comes in, Thunderstruck up Carl, glimpse back, not really that close, and Armel just blows up. Trying to get something done, but they're playing with fire, and, well, his fire goes out. This is 8-1. Complete and utter devastation right now.
There's a big difference to what the DB has and what the Phantom Assassin have at the moment. So just almost full Battle Fury on a Phantom Assassin while your DB has a Falcon Blade.
Really not.
Can't really compare these 2 items.
Yeah, it's not even close. It's night and day at the moment. You look at where the PA is 1,100 gold ahead. It's just such a big bump since it felt like it was kind of close, and then they came bottom and just hooked Gabbi's line.
I do that.
And they're looking for Armel again. TnC kind of seemed a little lost from the, all the pressure that's coming.
A little lost, but DB can't catch a break.
He needs a map right now. He needs a way to find his path back into this. Trying to do what he can. He's got 800 gold just saved up.
And that's 11-minute Battle Fury Magic Wand Phantom Assassin.
Wow.
So pretty good timing. I don't see any ancient stacks so far, but should be all right. They were more focusing on the lanes from T1.
TnC find Crystal Maiden. Well, they even get this kill. Freezing Field that gets used. Armel now out of mana. There was a TP, both top and to the outpost. Both get stopped. Actually a 4-time spree that goes towards Armel. And they are pressuring the tier 2 tower with some creeps, but not adding
under
to it.
attack.
Phantom's Embrace and Phantom's Embrace, Life Drain with another blast, all coming in while Decrepified. It seems like no hero on TnC can survive that.
There's just so much damage coming out from Pugna. T1 should use their advantage, what they have right now. Their heroes feel really, really strong. Like Leash mechanic against Pango is going to be great. Against the Ember Spirit, Gabbi, Smoke into Triangle, they know which one is real.
Phantom's Embrace on the run, back to form on the and he'll sunder the Zephyr, so he'll survive this one. Try to get in and turn this one around. There's the Remnant forward. Armel, sleight of fist, on the Zephyr. Primal Roar is used on the Tango here. But Beastmaster caught away from his
rest of the team not there to follow it up. They still get a kill on Febby, so that's okay-ish. Lost a bit of an advantage that they had. This Grimstroke, Phantom's Embrace, plus Pugna's Decryptify is such a strong combination. The reason why we see mid Grimstrokes going for that Ethereal Blade is you cannot attack the Phantom. So you can't get rid of that. At the end, you're gonna get that high rend damage.
But that's a decent fight for TnC. They do lose Fabby. Would have been nice if they lost nothing, but he stays alive. Ember helps get a couple kills. They bump up that net worth a little bit. They're starting to fight their way back in.
Problem
need
is,
a lot of time, though.
Jackie's untouched. Jackie is just king of the jungle right now,
Radiant's
farming,
middle tower is under
not
attack.
being contested at all. And yeah, again, lane being pushed in on the bottom, so pretty free game for Phantom Assassin.
This might help, though. Radabatos for the Underlord. That with Pit of Malice is a good bit of control if you can keep them there. Manta being built by the Terrorblade. Has himself a bounce. Okay, off worth.
Their
So
tower
working with that
defense is
Yasha.
pretty good. Like just a combination of TnC's heroes, bit of Malice, you have that Rod of Atos, Kinetic Field. Like Firestorm alone can pretty much deal the most damage in a team fight if they use... And you also want to max out those spells. You want to max out Glimpse first, then put more points in Kinetic Field. I want to see bit of Malice maxed out straight away.
So once you get this Radabatos max to Pit of Malice,
Are scanning.
have that disabled duration up there and have it work with the Radabatos. We'll see. It's smoked up. They're coming around looking for the Phantom Assassin. This is a kill they
Radiant are
need
scanning.
to take. And ooh, Phantom Assassin, Remnant by the PA, Blink Strike away. Do they have the distance to cover? They've got a Remnant, Searing Chains now, Static Storm, everything used. They get Jackie, finally something going away with TnC with a big kill like that.
This gives some time to TB to be controlling the top part of the jungle. Great kill on the Phantom Assassin. Still a bit worried about the Roshan, where T1 gets like a kill or two, transition that into Roche, PA picks it up, they continue to snowball. Ton of damage on the towers, Beastmaster, Necrobook 3 about to be finished. And PA, yeah, she's going into Deso it seems.
Going into the Deso, now TB making up a lot of ground. Half the distance of an ulti orb away. And finishing the match. TB for the Ember. I believe he's finished. Bottom, Cuckoo coming in, Dark Rift, trying to escape, Pit of Malice.
Radiant's middle
Root
tower is
some,
under
freezing
attack.
field, just won't have the damage.
Not even close.
No. Just a little scratch. Is just a scratch. Dagger. It's gonna be a lot of gold to save up as a
Yeah,
5
just
position.
needs 2,000 gold to buy a Blink Dagger.
Easy gold for a 5.
Mixing things
Radiant's
up,
bottom
2-2-2-1
tower is under
build.
attack.
This is when all your
Dire's
spells
middle
are good,
tower
you're
is
playing
under
5
attack.
and you can't
Radiant
decide what you
structures
want to
are
go for.
fortified.
I'd still prefer if he gets like 1 point in Phantom's Embrace, so you need 3 hits to kill it, and then max out the Inkswall.
They're pressuring bottom. Let's see what he focuses on. the next
TnC's
level.
tower defense is pretty good. Just Firestorm, Sleight of Fist. So something T1 needs to be careful about. And TnC, they're recovering. Like
Yeah.
you can see the gold advantage. At one point it was 4k, now it's down to 1k, closer to 2k.
For
But
my coffers.
it
Gabbi.
keeps changing.
He's recovered. He's seen second in the net worth. He had such a tough early game. We see this kind of a lot. These carries just having a tough laning phase, and they're allowed to recover. And I say allowed because it seems like these teams just kind of put their pressure elsewhere, and then the other position one ends up having time to just farm
Your
back into the game.
team needs to make some space. You put down the ward so your carry can farm. You know he's a lot of trouble in the laning stage. Try to secure a triangle. I see what 1, 2 observer, sentry wards in the radiant triangle, but would want to see an observer ward. There's a hawk scouting them out.
Visibility.
KP spotted, goes to the ult once again. Do they have the damage? Looks like it. Whoa. That was close.
It's
The wand
quite a
was
lot of
almost enough.
damage. It's a budget E-Blade build. You pick Pugna and the Grimstroke, so you don't have to farm that Ethereal Blade.
Buckle away, disarm, now silence, no roll.
Next.
And they'll get another. Tims ends up dead. Gabbi shows up. Not sure he wants to be there or doesn't. That storm's a miss with the kinetic field. And now Gabbi really not sure about how much he wants to fight this. Goes to the man with the Primal Roar. Ooh, a lot of damage on a Cuckoo. Missed the Primal Roar. They buy back on the Pangolier. They lose themselves the Disruptor. And Zephyr, he's been caught. Searing Chains. Right-click damage from Gabbi. Oh, 1 second till he's dead. And there's the slight Zephyr gun.
And there's not enough damage for TnC to go inside a pit to take the Roche, but there is enough damage to try to take a tier 1 tower on the mid lane. T1, yeah, just faking it.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Still, Pangolier's laugh, the best one.
We'll hear it soon, hopefully.
He needs to do something, except for the buyback, so that we can hear it. Maybe after a buyback, you're not going to be able to do many stuff. So
he's got 1,700 gold. Probably going for what, the Blink Dagger, you'd say?
most likely, yeah, just the positioning. They lack the initiator. Like, you don't get that from the Underlord. So yeah, mid laners okay-ish, try to set things up with the Searing Chains, but rolling in the back line, trying to find the Grimstroke possibly, and the Crystal Maiden, take them out. Well, also a Pugna, so they have 1 Force Staff on
Dire's
Pugna,
middle tower is under
which is
attack.
gonna help quite a lot against the Searing Chains, who they try to focus. Bit of Malice, Rod of Atos, just push them out of the focus.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Coming over, KP, TPing out. Too late. And Gabbi's still working on the Scotty. He's doing a good job. He's 1 components of gold of the way there.
I think this game, his build should be Scotty into MKB, so you have
Radiant's
that
courier has been
something and
killed.
then into a BKB. We'll see how things are gonna work out for him. Didn't die for a very long time, so should be okay getting that Scotty online, tank up himself and the illusions.
Swell looking for the Pango. You gotta remember, he just fought back. Freezing field, the damage is there. Now gone for 70. So we definitely won't hear that laugh for a little while. And I thought Jackie had killed the Disruptor pretty easily prior to that. They don't go into Roche just yet. Jackie working on the BKB. They do ping it out though. So here's their time.
They have more than enough damage. They know Pango does not have a buyback. This is their team fight. Minus armor from the Death Soak, Beastmaster Aura. Like the Roshan dies in 10-15 seconds.
4 seconds.
Roshan has fallen
There's the
to the
Aegis for
dark.
Key. So first Roche into the hands of T1. No contest there from TnC, as you know. The Terrorblade is looking for the Scotty. They're trying to build up these items so they feel confident enough to fight. It's very tough for TnC still, but they're waiting for their moment to finally be able to keep up, I would say, with T1 at a time. They don't want to compete against them. Like going into this Roche pit, they're going to put that repeat perfect.
Now T1 needs to start putting some more
For my
pressure.
coffers.
Roar is available. That's their stun. Great combination with the Grimstroke. Grimstroke just wants to get a Blink Dagger for himself to be able to execute the combo. Much easier. Still a long way until he can farm that Phantom Assassin, working towards the Basher. BKB is done. Just needs to use the Courier.
Radiant's bottom
Here for
tower is
T1.
under attack.
Specifically for Jackie in these fights. See how the Terrorblade handles this. The tier 2 dropping pretty easily. Again, TnC don't want to fight into this Aegis. They'll probably maneuver themselves around the map, especially until the Terrorblade gets that Scotty to a point
Radiant's
where they
bottom
avoid
tower
fight
is under
T1 as
attack.
best they
Radiant's
can.
bottom tower has fallen.
I don't think T1 is stopping. They understand that they have so much advantage. It says 5k, but I feel like it's much more. AP, he's not tanky at all.
Dire's structures
Like,
are
there's no
fortified.
magic resistance coming out from this build. 4
Radiant's
staff plus
bottom
Rod of
tower is
Atos.
under attack.
Disarm. Pugna can keep them safe and healthy. So they dealt almost 1,000 damage to the tower.
Dire's top
Actually
tower
more,
is under
but
attack.
yeah. DB still trying to farm up, getting closer to his Scotty.
Smoke broken. Keep forward on this. Protoss. Poor staff glimpse, all coming through. Kinetic field, Soulbind backs off and now leashes up to the Underlord. They don't get that
Dire's
kill
top
onto
tower is
Jackie
under
though.
attack.
All that used and don't even pop the Aegis.
They're just buying time for TB. T1 respecting the Firestorm damage that's coming out from it.
Yeah.
Bit of Malice maxed out, Road of Atos, Kinetic Field, a lot of circles to keep them in place while Firestorm deals the damage. Also, Ember Spirit with the chains could set things up so they don't still feel comfortable going high ground right away. Afraid of the buybacks. Pango leader doesn't have that Blink Dagger yet. Pango very poor.
Really hasn't much. You can see where he is in terms of well behind. It's pretty crazy how much farm this Zephyr Crystal Maiden has acquired going into the BKB. About 2,500 gold away from that.
Oh, good timing from T1. 3 people trying to get back their outpost. Should catch at least one.
Radiant's
For the
middle tower is under
disruptor
attack.
and Gabbi turn. Okay. Armel, Gabbi, and KP will Dark Rift away.
Okay, so Carl also has a Force Staff. I can understand why you want to have that item when you're playing against the Underlord. Try to push someone out when they're using the Dark Rift. Could be pretty big play.
Be a high IQ play if we get to see it. I don't know if I've seen many successes with something like
This'll
that.
come in
Oh,
handy.
you have to try.
It's really tough, the timing to get it right, knowing where somebody's going to be. And I think you kind of saw that from TnC because they were hugging KP as tight as they could, trying to stay in the center of that circle. So Terrorblade going MKB Ags. I'm a big Ags fan on TV. I think that fear is really good, especially also the 10 seconds of metamorphosis you get with
Dire's
it too.
top tower is under attack.
It's a great Ags upgrade for sure.
Radiant's middle tower
Definitely
is
needs
under
MKB
attack.
before that to be able to deal with the evasion coming out from the Phantom Assassin. Like, look at the damage. It's just chains.
Dire's top
Thunderstrike
tower
is
under
maxed
attack.
out.
Aegis is going to be reclaimed in 8
Dire's
seconds.
top
They need to be
tower
careful on the
has fallen.
timings for this.
Firestorm is such an awesome spell
Radiant's
if you have
bottom
any
tower
kind of
is
setup,
under attack.
and this time they do. Chains, Kinetic Field. Also, he built the Road of Atos for himself.
On top of that, you've got Armel pressuring top. The tier 3 takes 30 damage, but he is knocking on the door, making T1 aware.
I don't think I've ever seen similar item build from an Underlord. Usually want to have something to tank up. Very limited on the armor. Like, if he decides to go for that Ghost Scepter, you're just thinking about yourself. You can't cast that on allies, so I think the Lotus Orb would be much better. Bounce back, let's say, the Primal Roar, remove the Decrepify, great against the Soulbind.
It's a good pickup there. I like that neutral item. Jackie moving over. They got a Paladin Sword, Orbit Destruction for TnC, and TB on this Ags. Or on this MKB. It's got the Demon Edge. Has enough for the Javelin, so just needs 1,600 more gold. And then I at least think TnC can certainly hold their high ground.
They sure can. With the buybacks, with the Firestorm, bit of Malice, one of the best defenses in the game. What T1 is trying to do, possibly get a pick off, wait for the second Roche. They are the ones who are controlling the map with the Hawks, with the vision coming out from the Necro units. Double damage. Keeping that for Phantom Assassin. They even gave her a bottle.
Radiant are scanning.
Such a bro thing to do.
Always good to lift up your bro. Especially if they're, in a bad spot, maybe lacking some damage.
Yeah, gotta take care of bros.
Yeah. Top lane, Tim's, he'll get out, Rolling Thunder. Carl will just tip him. Gabbi. Not much to his name. Oh, God, the bash is coming in with the double damage. Jackie just rips through the Underlord. Catching KP, a little bit of sleep at the wheel. Get the kill onto the Underlord, dead for 40 seconds with Roche
Radiant's
potentially
top tower
spawning
is
in
under
30.
attack.
MKB
Radiant
finished in
structures
500
are
gold for
fortified.
Gabbi. He needs to get there. And then maybe they can fight into this, but for now, T1, it feels like they control their own destiny at the moment.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And that's why I said Underlord is not really tanky. We could see, I mean, it was double damage. Phantom Assassin dies in 3-4 hits. That's why I would love Lotus Orb, something that gives you armor. Ghost Scepter just gives you 5 stats, that's all. I mean, there's a difference in the cost of these two items, but for a reason.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
MKB is getting delivered to
Dire's
Gabbi. Ags
structures
next.
are fortified.
T1 goes down. T1 putting the pressure on to the tier 2. Cuckoo will
Radiant's
hold
top
on to the
tower
spider
is
legs.
under
He's got
attack.
4-stab hood as
Radiant
well as
structures
Necro
are
3.
fortified. Dire's bottom tower has
Jackie's
fallen.
just waiting here, looking for an opportunity, trying to finish off
Radiant's
this Abyssal
top
Blade.
tower is under attack.
He's really quite
Dire's
farmed, but
structures
TB
are
has kept up since he's been able to recover after the early game.
TB didn't die for the
Radiant's
20
top
minutes.
tower has fallen.
These are just deaths from the laning stage, those 3. And now he keeps farming, so T1 just playing it safe. Wait for the next Roche to respawn. There's Disruptor Courier inside a pit.
Dire's
There's
bottom
also a
tower
Hawk,
is under
so
attack.
they will see it when it
Radiant's
scouts
top
out,
tower
when it
is under
spawns.
attack.
So TnC uses a smoke because they don't know the timer on the Roshan. They don't know if it's up or not.
Second dagger on an illusion, critting for 1300.
Dire's
Dagger,
bottom
and
tower
I'm
is under
dead.
attack.
See if that phrase does hold true.
Dire are scanning.
The smoke, it puts them towards the
Dire's
mid
bottom
lane,
tower
but it
is
hasn't
under
exactly put them next to the Roche pit or
Radiant's
into a
top
fight
tower
just
is under
yet.
attack.
And now there's a smoke from T1. They're doing the same exact thing from the
Dire's
other
bottom
side.
tower is
Carl,
under attack.
he gets spotted by the illusion. Let's see if they jump forward. They do. KP from half
Radiant's
to
top
dead.
tower is under attack.
Whoa, Jackie with the damage. Didn't even need the Abyssal Blade for that one.
It's just too much damage.
Yeah.
He is not tanky at all. Has buyback available. He also went for Ether Lens, which is very weird. So Jackie
One
is just
shot.
ripping them apart right now.
It's never fun playing an underfarm support against the Phantom Assassin that's got a lot. Buyback into the Metamorphosis. They got the stun on the Phantom Assassin. It might be even too deep. Jackie's dead. No buyback. Cuckoo looking next for the Soul Vine.
Double roar, but
holds
a
the
defensive
Ember.
one.
Keeps Cuckoo alive. Swashbuckle. And then BKB from Zephyr. They all leave.
And that's
Roche
a
up in a
great
second.
respawn time for TnC. Tims blinks in.
spot.
That's gonna get banged out. 2 buybacks instantly. They were waiting for that. Phantom Assassin was like, yeah, I cannot die. I just killed 2 heroes. We can take the fight 3 versus 5, no problem. But this MKB piercing through the evasion is just a bit too much. TB is a hero that is transformation. Usually you don't give it to the transformation heroes. Here it's fine because he still deals a ton of right-click damage with the reflection to slow them down. So all good here.
He's actually going into the BKB next, not the Ags.
I kind of like that more.
Yeah.
BKB is a safer choice, allows you to just stand your ground and fight. You have one defensive tool, that's Manta style. You can get rid of like the Phantom, kill him fast enough, root, the Cripify. The Cripify is pretty much the biggest problem.
I still do like that Ags though, if he gets that after the BKB.
Sure. It's a great upgrade for sure.
I think that 10-second Metamorphosis is so underlooked at times. I think some teams kind of like...
No boots Ags rush, right?
You could. You might get yelled at for it. I was gonna say sometimes, like, it's like that first fight where Jug has Ags. If you haven't checked his items, he's Swift Slash. You think he's Omni'd you, but like he uses.
You realize,
yeah,
you know, that it's not the big one. Doesn't last long enough.
maybe get a little bit baited by that. Potentially the 10-second metamorphosis baits you as well.
Not sure what this Ether lens is. Increase the cast range on the load of 8,000. Bit of malice.
Jackie coming in with
Femi is
BKB.
just straight up dead.
Roll up. They got the kill to Femi very quickly. They'll take out Tim's, and the cheese just keeps the Underlord alive and allows them to leave via the Dark Rift.
Dire's bottom tower.
A lot
is
of the
under
aggression
attack.
from T1, where they are playing into Aegis and Cheese, still getting the kills. They understand they use 2 buybacks. If they can somehow kill the Underlord, that would be pretty big, and I feel T1 could still fight. If they manage to kill the Underlord 4 versus 5, even though there's still Aegis on TB, you know, take that fight. T1 just feels very strong at the moment, but they're also respecting the damage coming up from the Terrorblade.
Right. Yeah, the damage certainly felt. It caused Jackie to go down in that fight that led to them picking up the Aegis on TnC. The BKB now down to 9 seconds for Phantom Assassin, about to pick up that Ags.
That's mostly because you want to have a way of dispelling things, not to refresh your abilities. Against Thunderstrike, against the root mechanics, that's really great. Disarm from Pango, Reflection, a lot of value from that Blur upgraded from the Ags. Looks really good. Also getting close to level 25, so it's going to help quite a lot with dealing more damage.
And we'll see if the Thunderstrikes are also just strictly put onto the Terrorblade. Really, Febby hasn't had many opportunities to get more than one out. The second he ends up throwing a Thunderstrike, he's pretty much dead to the PA in one shot. He's like, I did something. I'm dead. I'm 0-9-5. This is my game right now. But as is always the story, with an under-farmed 5 against the Phantom Assassin, who is pretty far ahead.
Now she's massive right now. So is DB. Has that BKB done. And as you mentioned, like Falcon Blade, that item will be replaced soon. Already
Just
in the
picking up
backpack.
space in the backpack. When do we get more backpacks?
I think 3 is pretty enough. Remember when you could use 4 neutral items?
Dire's middle tower
Like
is under
Huskar,
attack.
good old times.
Scanning.
When supports weren't allowed to have neutral
Dire's
items,
structures are fortified.
they'd all go to your cores. Fun times to be a support. T1 coming around. Gabbi. They're lurking on this tower. They'll
Dire's
grab it.
middle tower
Yeah,
has
support
fallen.
these days can't really complain, because back in my days, you know, you needed to have TP slot, observer slot, sentry ward slot. They were not combined. Then you need to have boots, possibly a dust, and a magic one. Like this was your life.
You had to walk up lane, uphill both ways, in the snow. No shoes on.
Yeah.
Guys got to remember that. Very close to
Young
reclaiming
Crystal
that
Maiden's
Aegis.
life. Timeless Relic dropped for both teams.
Oh,
I guess you just give it to Pugna.
Underlord's holding the other one.
Oh, it's great on Underlord. Longer Pit of Malice duration, longer Road of Atos. Just feels great to have. Pugna, however, on the other side, more magic damage coming out from Dagon. Longer to Cripify. Just feels good.
I'm still hoping for the shot. Ooh, Toast and Hex coming in for the Beastmaster.
Beastmaster's actually super farmed.
Yeah, he's got 1,500 or 15,000 gold.
You get double the value from this Hex because you have a Grimstroke.
Yeah. Soulbind items. This Underlord less farm than Zephyr on the Crystal Maiden. But that's where a lot of the net worth lead comes in, right? Is Crystal Maiden to the Pango and Beastmaster to the Underlord. Like, your 1 and 2 are still keeping pace.
Yeah, they're very close.
And
The big difference is Disruptor being really poor. Crystal Maiden, 3,000 gold. That's like 1 item ahead of a Pangolier. He has E on disc now.
He's been getting popped. Going into the Shard next. Looking to roll up. I believe, yeah, Basher was picked up for the TB. He's got a little damage bottle. They're going for the Phantom Assassin. Pops the BKB. Soulbind was used. There's the Remnant forward side of the Searing Chains come through, and his Whitemon dies. Jackie's already used the BKB. It's about to run out in just a second. We're going the other way, but the Fate of Malice, it hits him. They got the Static Storm, no BKB. A lot of trouble for Jackie, and Abyssal Blade to try and get out. Just cleave kill Febby.
Febby's like, man, why is this happening to me? Like, I was not supposed to die. But yeah, maybe double damage. What is that? 600 plus, almost 700 damage on the hero. Not too bad.
Febby was like, I'm finally going to survive a fight. And then just gets cleaved. How much did he just get cleaved for?
Having a rough one. Oh, that's a lot of damage from Pugna.
Yeah. Take out that ward. Okay. And some.
And this Timeless Relic actually extra 15% spell damage.
Dire's top tower is
Decryptify
under attack.
plus blast. Take on a combo.
There's a Tome Grimstroke trying to get to 18. Have that extra Soulbind duration and the cast range on it. Oh, they found themselves KP again. Man, he just feels like
Amazing what you'll
he
find
cannot
laying
survive
around.
many interactions. And Zephyr going for Febby. Febby just minding his own business
Made him
here.
use a BKB. He wants Febby. He wants him
Yeah.
hard. He wants him bad, yeah, and they get him. So Pugna,
Dragon 5, wow.
surprised that Underlord once again didn't go for Hood this game. There's a ton of magical damage. Pugna, Grimstroke, Crystal Maiden. Not a single, like, real defensive tanky item. No Crimson, no Vanguard, just the, you know, the casual plate mail that he has right now. I don't think you get a lot of value from this Ether Lens, to be honest.
Dire's bottom tower is
Kinda-
under attack.
Interesting to have that Aether Lens.
If you're defending the base with Ether Lens, using a bit of Malice, Firestorm from far away,
is under attack.
then you get something from the
Yeah.
item. But if you're outside of the base, you're kind of, man, I wish I had something else.
Yeah, for sure. It just does not feel like he's survivable in many interactions, like I've been saying, and like you've been saying too. He seems to soak up damage, but just because he's soaking it doesn't mean he survives it.
Yeah.
And many times we've seen him die in 2-3 shots from just, you know, dagging or the crits.
At least he didn't go for that Ghost Scepter, instead getting that Lotus Orb I talked about, so you can bounce back the spells. This Roshan dies pretty quickly. It's Cheese Refresher and
Ooh,
Aegis, of
two.
course.
They know this is going on. They have Rolling Thunder. They need to check. Armel needs to go forward, but he remnants back.
Roshan has
Just
fallen
for
to the
free.
dark.
Refresher Shard for Cuckoo. He'll pop the Minotaur Horn. And they just get that for free. I'm surprised that TnC just let that go.
Free Roshan always feels good.
Uh-oh. Gabby's holding a flicker. Here
We've
comes the
seen some
real-
fun interactions yesterday in Chinese regions where Flicker just refused to
Radiant
work
structures
properly. I
are
mean,
fortified.
yeah, it blinks you, but always the wrong way where you want to go. This game, I think it's really good, removing the slow silences. Most likely, you just want to dodge combo from Pugna with the Decryptify, and Pugna hit level
Dire's
25, so
bottom tower is
Nether
under
Blast
attack.
damage brings it to almost full 500.
T1
Dire's
We didn't
bottom
have a
tower
team
is
fight
under
for
attack.
a little
like 20 minutes, right?
Dire's bottom tower.
There was
Here
a
and there.
one, you know, one hero died.
They got the
Febby
kill
was-
onto the Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, and Febby died. Didn't even
cleave.
wanted to die, just
Dire's bottom
Casualty
tower
of
is
war.
under attack.
Casualty of standing too close. Bottom tier 3 getting pressured by these creeps once again from the Radiant side. Ooh, Searing Chains Zephyr pops the BKB, but there's the Abyssal.
Gabbi's mad. She's like, I'm getting this maiden. So she caused me a lot of
Radiant's middle
issues, a
tower
lot of
is under
pain in the
attack.
laning stage. I'm getting back to her. I see Heart of Tarask. So wants to be able to tank up the illusions.
Extra cast range now for the Disruptor. Breathing a sigh of relief that maybe, just maybe, he can sit a little bit further back and not die. But here's hoping.
One can only hope. Phantom Assassin, double damage in the bottle. Let's see who they find. KP.
Jackie, KP, Prince coming in, and Gabbi with the damage. They go after Jackie. Oh, did he get away? No.
What is this damage from Terrorblade?
It's gone. Now the Soulbind BKB, but he's got the Abyssal. They're going for the kill on the Jackie, who will Phantom Strike away. Rolling Thunder hits on the Cuckoo. Armel with the BKB, trying to chase, trying to find a target here. Static Storm, they got the glimpse, they've got Jackie. Gabbi getting it done. Gabbi's got the kill. Oh, and now God, getting both BKBs out. It's actually the Minotaur horn from Cuckoo. The right clicks from Gabbi. Nobody can beat this terribly. The bash is in.
Oh, they know. First hit bash from Thims. Now they're going for the high ground. Man, this damage from Terrorblade is actually insane. Phantom Assassin just doesn't feel like a hero.
Now got caught twice and just melted.
Dire's middle tower is under
Buybacks from both the Pugna as well as the Beastmaster. Low glyph right away. And, well, Terrorblade's got 8,000 gold to work with. He's thinking about what he wants. Soulbind silence. Hex comes in onto the TV as well as this Ember Spirit. They go to the Primal War to follow it up. They get the code on Armel. They look over the TV. Silence.
You can't get it off.
Again, and Gabbi's gone.
That's the combo, like double Roar, double the Gripify, double Dagon, and the Hex afterwards to finish it off. I like how Jackie was, you know, I'm good, I'm not buying back. One of the reasons why I'm not buying back is because I don't have enough gold. I'm just watching my team do the rest.
Carry who needs them. Don't need the Phantom Assassin to get those 2 kills.
Amazing what you'll find.
I want to see what Terrorblade's item is going to be. It's still hard queued up, but probably thinking, is there a better choice? Is there something that's going to keep me alive? A Lotus Orb, not done yet on the underboard. I would love to see like a Lincoln Sphere, possibly one more,
Watch
maybe.
this again.
Yeah, it's just
Phantom's
some
Embrace,
sick
Hex,
amount of damage.
The double life drain. And then just blown up by the Nether Blast. Car. They don't want to buy back on this TnC side. They do have Firestorm from a distance, keeping them from going onto the high ground. Phantom Assassin finally shows up again. Jackie needs to be very, very careful, as we've seen him melt multiple times. And I think TnC should be willing to give up at least a set of racks, as it is pretty difficult for T1 to take them. They've got the disarm. There's the Rod of Atos with the Pit of Malice. That'll crawl up again, blocking him down a lot. And they finally get the melee racks, but if you're a TnC fan, that's okay. You didn't buy back on your 2 cores. That need buyback coming into this next fight.
So TB is committing, going for the heart, wants to tank up, have some kind of region extra to be able to get in and out of the fight. Like, if it was the old patch, Titanic would just be the best item because it gave status resistance. Now it doesn't anymore. And the new heart feels, I'll say, better in every case, but most of the time, heart just feels good. So there's the Lotus Orb. Done. If they manage to bounce back like a Roar and possibly a Soulbind, that would be pretty big.
So they have a Hex on Beastmaster, a Hex on Pugna.
Double damage.
Hex on Soulbind, Hex. Could be a big problem for TnC. But we'll see. Roche, minimum respawn is still a little ways out. Level 25 for Terrorblade. Level 25 really around quite a lot of these heroes. Ember, TB, Pango. PA Pugna, but 2 about to hit it for T1. Both the Crystal Maiden and the Beastmaster closing in on him. Man, Zephyr is super farmed. And I can't say it enough. And they're going for another Hex. They're going for a 3rd Hex.
So you know you're gonna get like 2 hexes, soulbind duration on level 3 is 8 seconds, so you might actually, you know, just disable 2 heroes for a very long time.
Wow. Paimon, if he gets caught here though. I don't know, actually if Armel gets caught here, he's been hexed as well as the Phantom's Embrace. They've got the life drain, the damage, and the kill onto the Ember. He didn't buy back in the last fight, means he still has it, but that is a great pickoff for T1.
2k gold lead for them doesn't mean anything at this point. The next Roche may respawn in 40 seconds. PA's like, I need some armor. No, I need to tank up, playing into TB. He's just dismantling me. Decides to buy AC, which could backfire, you know, against a reflection. He just pops it, and then they have minus armor, so not that great of an item, but it's gonna give her some extra survivability in the team fights.
So we'll see what T1 can do with this. Obviously, they're now working with Bioaxe on the Pugna and the Beastmaster. Not enough gold for the PA. We'll see how comfortable they are fighting Roche. Minimum respawn time is up, and it should be a quicker Roche. As we see, we're already a 4th of the way there, so it is a quick one, which will be a big fight. 4th Roche, Aegis Cheese, Refresher Shard, Ag's Blessing. You know TB was looking for that Ags. Now he can just pick it up via the Blessing if they get the kill onto the Roche. And he's got it queued up here still, so an opportunity certainly for Gabbi to spend that money elsewhere. Ooh, Gleipnir being built by the Ember. Gleipnir?
You call it whatever you want, my friend. I'm fine with whatever. Wow, why is he going Gleipnir? Maybe he thinks they need more. Like, it's... I see a lot of Arc Warden players building that item. I'm just really not convinced by it, where it just feels so underwhelming. You don't get the attack speed as you do from the Mjolnir, and the double Mjolnir in the fights feels much better, at least on the Arc Warden.
For the Ember, though.
For the Ember, maybe he just wants to keep people in place. You know, there are BKBs, but with root people inside Firestorm, keep them in place so TB can deal the damage. Still feels there's a better item choice. Like if you want to go, you can upgrade your Ag Scepter, see how things are going to go out. Maybe you need a bit more damage, get the Daedalus, possibly get Eon Disc so you can still just get bursted, even though you have a Lincoln Sphere, but would still prefer a bit more damage, and Gleipnir doesn't provide you with that much damage.
Right. So, sending the Necro Creeps in as well as a Boar just to scout this Roche. They also had the Hawk over there. Smoke used by TnC. And they're up here on the high ground, T1, waiting to make something happen. I don't know if you take a quick enough Roche on the side of TnC to even try to sneak this. This smoke, they pick up an Invis. They've got Armel coming back over bottom just to clean up a little bit.
And something we didn't talk about is like the Pugna Timeless Relic Hex. Also, Crystal Maiden is holding a ceremonial robe, so lowering the status resistance by 10 and magic resist by 10. So, but this hex is going to last for more than 4.5 seconds, which is pretty big. AoE status resist minus reduction.
Bissell being built there for the Pangolier. I mean, maybe they can jump these heroes. It's going to be very difficult. These hexes just seem like enough control. What do you do if you get hexed up?
Grimstroke building towards the Aghanim Scepter, that's a big one. If they can get that item against the TB, like, you have Illusion that deals 150% of the damage, magic immune. Sounds good. You can make 2 of those, like TB +1 when you use a Soulbind.
Dark Portrait. He's almost got it. Only 1,000 gold away. And again, Ag's Blessing is going to drop on the next Roche if anybody does finally take it. Seems like both these teams sitting in a bit of a stalemate as they just don't feel comfortable just yet. But as I say that, T1, this time they smoke. They're going to try and make something happen. Though they're going the wrong direction right now. They might be able to wrap all the way around and find TnC coming from the back.
Are scanning.
Courier in the trees for TnC. TnC now in the river. There's an arcane rune right there.
High ground advantage for T1.
They pop that. The Lincolns, they got the head of the push that back. The soulbine's out. I think that got reflected. They've got the soulbine on the both the disruptor as well as the Underworld. They're going to kill him. This Armel Amber, but there's PA going down in the static storm. First one gone. Has buyback. We'll see if she uses it. Carl on the run with the BKB. The buyback comes out from the Ember. They'll take out Carl. Carl and Jackie are gone. This should be Roche with the side of TnC. They're trying to chase this Grimstroke Inkswell, but it's not going to be enough to survive with the BKB pop by Armel, and he will get the kill on the Grimstroke. 3 heroes gone on the side of T1.
Armel should be the one picking up that Aegis because he just bought back Gabbi. He has enough money to actually buy the... I think you give this Aghanim Scepter to Disruptor. He's far away from it, but I feel like you should give it to him because it's pretty big. Bangolier. Where's that Axe? It's on the ground. Come on. Febby, pick it up. Febby.
Pango took it. You're not allowed to have anything as a position 6.
I mean, Bash is fine, you know, when during the Rolling Thunder, but it's much easier to set things up with the Static Storm Aghanim Scepter upgrade. And he's also not, like, going for it. Febby is just being not greedy enough, I would say.
Yeah.
2 buybacks.
And no buyback used by the Phantom Assassin just yet. Remnant forward. They've got the root onto this Pugna. BKB running away. They've got the leash onto the Terrorblade as well as the Ember. They're using these right clicks, trying to get something done, but there's the final war coming out from the Beastmaster. Roll in from Tim's. Cuckoo forced to use his own BKB. There's the freezing field as well as the BKB. They go to the Dark Rift, but Gabbi with the Abyssal Blade, they get the kill on his Zephyr. He's going to buy back immediately. And there's the Dark Rift away. 5-star Uber.
Gets them all out. So, yeah, 3 buybacks from T1. Now they have Cheese. Who's holding the refresher?
Terribly.
TB is? Okay.
And there's the Gleipnir. So let's take a look at this again. Zephyr goes in, immediately hit with that Abyssal. No way for him to get a full freezing field off. It was the right thought. Just not going to happen. Really tough going in right next to the TB, who can stop it with that Abyssal immediately.
If I was a Grimstroke here, I would just sell Magic Wand, sell a Force Staff, and buy Aghanim Scepter.
Go for the Dark Portrait.
Sell everything except the Blink Dagger, and you need that Dark Portrait.
Dire are scanning.
Item recommendations? Ags? Potentially. I don't know if that showed up on your screen.
Yeah, it did. It did. Not sure how is that possible.
Ooh, Divine Rapier here for the Phantom Assassin. 3 straight games with Divine Rapier.
So far, for those people who just tuned in, Phantom Assassin lost all games so far.
Trying to break the curse. Not turn into Spectre. Can't break that curse. Wind Waker being built for the Pangolier. So we'll see how this game will conclude potentially soon, because it's my favorite point of the game. We're right around the tier 5s.
Can't believe this.
Time to talk about it.
Game has been going on for 57 minutes. DB buffs the meta. Look at that range.
For the Crystal Maiden. Yeah, look at the range coming
Flicker.
in. Life drain. Flicker. Putting him in a better position. Having better luck right now than Erica did
Flicker
yesterday.
available again.
Flicker still not hurting him. It's a risky game. You play too many times, you're going to get burned eventually. They've got the Hex. Now Jackie jumping in, looking for the as well. The Band, they've got the Final Order. They've got the back onto the Beastmaster. They got the Kinetic Addict. He's dead for 97 seconds without buyback. Static Storm is down. That's not a couple of these heroes. They don't follow it up.
What's the Firestorm?
Dire's middle barracks.
Oh, Pugna with the saves. I think she would live anyway, but man, that Firestorm damage is insane. And now, Underlord, level 25, Timeless Relic.
No, nobody's taking that Divine Rapier, but that was
Malice,
close.
like, it's just insane. Disable duration 2.45, and then you add Timeless Relic on top of that. So you're like almost perma-rooted.
Radiant are scanning.
Gabbi
DB needs to be careful.
Yeah, hexed, stunned, and then just the damage coming in. Bounce back to have Primal Roar. And look at that Crystal Maiden dropping Thunder Strike, Firestorm, Static Storm, or Thunder Strike, not Thunderstorm. Glints back on a creature who gets the best from the Swashbuckle, but they hex up the Ember. They've got the Lotus Orb, and now Phantom's Embrace. Oh god, Jackie just rips through both Sebi and KP.
He's still chasing, does not have a vision. So how are we buyback-wise? DB has one, he does not want to use it, of course, because about to respawn. Ember doesn't have one, so he should be very careful. Still Aegis for another 20 seconds. Man, this game could go either way. Like, doesn't matter. The network lead, and finally, Grimstroke finds that the gold, gets the Aghanim Scepter, and also hits level 25, Inkswell Radius. We're actually getting closer to level 30 on some heroes. Phantom Assassin very close. How's Pugna doing? Level 28.
Terrain Core, another Divine queued up for the Phantom Assassin. You've got 29 for the Ember, 28 for the TV. Let's see. It's time to play the lottery. Tier 5 time.
Let's go.
Mirror Shield, that you're already winning.
Is that cheating?
Maybe.
16 stats and Ballista. They don't have the good hero Ballista. They're like, man, wish we had a Drow Ranger or a Sniper. Mirror Shield.
Do they get Ballista? That would be
dope.
A big one. They're hoping. Both teams are searching. They get the bounty runes, picking those up. That gold under their belt, holding these buybacks, looking, searching, trying to get something to drop.
You need to be very careful how you're using your spells. There's like Lengthen Sphere, Lotus Orb, Mirror Shield available on the Ember Spirit.
Oh,
Deso too.
Desolator.
All right, she'll take that one. It actually stacks with the Deso, which is pretty insane.
That is so far T1. I know Ballista doesn't work for the team. That's always like, that's a good one. I feel like a Book of the Dead and Force Boots. See, like, you know, that or Stygian Desolator. It feels like the Book of the Dead.
So he decides to get Force Boots. It's also a Dispel, which is nice. Double the cooldown of a Flicker, but still okay-ish. Book of the Dead. I just feel like that item is a bit underwhelming. Oh, that's a good one.
That is the final one.
Like, you can just initiate with the Fallen Sky. Let's see who's gonna take that one. I guess you just give it to Fango. He's holding a Stormcrafter for now.
You'd expect it, right? He's still holding that Stormcrafter, though. Mirror Shield for the Pugna. Minotaur Horn with the BKB available for the Beastmaster. Divine, or a second one being built for the Phantom Assassin.
2 tier 5 items on side of T1, I think.
They got Ballista,
they got
Desolator, and Mirror Shield.
Yeah, no one wants that
Sky.
Ballista. Not much use of the item.
Radiant will take it.
So yeah, Fango has the Fallen Sky, one of the coolest items in the game, for sure.
You think so?
Yeah, just, you know, having an ability to transform into Meteor.
It was pretty cool. Stifling daggers coming out and just obliterating creep waves. Creeps around the world have shuddered in fear.
Bottom tower is under
Wind Waker
attack.
almost for the Pangolier. That is a lot of gold saved up. He doesn't have a Yules already. He's building the whole thing.
Straight into it.
Yeah. 1,000 gold till the double divine for the Phantom Assassin, who is now level 30. All the talents have been unlocked. Ember's almost got 30.
Underlord's going for E-Blade. I don't think you can use E-Blade successfully enough. Maybe after PA uses a BKB, then you use it Honor, but it's gonna be tough. I would prefer Lincoln Spike.
Oh, here they go. They're going for the Terrorblade. They're trying to get the kill. Oh, Gabbi blown up. Teams with the rolling thunder. They've got the life drain onto the Ember. All they got so far is Gabbi. They're trying to Dark Rift away. Are thinking about going out of this one. Teams comes in with a Rolling Thunder and they're gone.
So TB gone. Still has buyback, of course. Didn't use it for a very long time.
Man, Terrorblade got nothing off.
Now, he also bought the shard upgrade, the Demon Seal, which gives, it gives him more move speed and more attack speed.
Oh, another Roche. Ooh, this is really good for T1. Ag's Blessing.
Roshan has fallen to the
Ag's
ground.
Blessing. Maybe you give it a Pugna. Pugna's taking it. Crystal Maiden wouldn't be too bad of a choice.
Now you get the shard, and then the ultimate suck is possible.
I don't think you need a shard. It
No,
just,
you don't.
it just doesn't feel that great at this
Giant's
point.
Ring.
There's the one.
Ooh.
You give it to Beastmaster, I think.
Who's taking the Giant's Ring? There it is. Look how big Beastmaster is. Really does look like a beast now.
Very balanced.
swole.
Look at him, walking over the cliffs. Not sure why that is a thing, but okay.
I'm just gonna say T1 really made out well with their tier 5s.
Because they found Ballista, they're like, what do we need? Okay, Giant String, we'll take that one.
They asked their local fortune teller what they'd get, and they got Giant's Ring. Don't roll the dice.
I'll take that.
We didn't mention Shard upgrade on the Beastmaster, which is a cool one. Not because of the bomb dive, but because you can
Control your
micro your Hawk, so that's a pretty big deal.
Disruptor's getting close to 25. There's the Wind Waker. Maybe save the TB.
Radiant are
That's, you know,
scanning.
the point of contention. That's who you want to be saving. Even with all that, the Ag's Blessing and the Roach taken and everything, TnC are still holding a lead. And by the way, it seems like TB's been 28 forever.
Yeah, he's been just farming with the illusions, not getting too much XP. Shard also on the Disruptor. Thunderstrike can be cast on allies, also gives 50% move speed and 75 attack speed. So they want to pop everything on TB. Like, look at him go.
KP, pretty far forward. Hit a Malice. Gabbi nearby, needs to be careful, gets spotted. Take out those Necro Creeps, but T1, they're nearby. Throw those axes, spot the illusion. Cuckoo just Giant's Ring, free movement. Very balanced.
Look at this reflection.
reflection.
Yeah, didn't know that's a thing, but apparently it is.
It would have been funnier if it was normal size. And they'll use this Hawk. They're going to get vision. They'll see the entire side of TnC. So an opportunity for T1 to really jump the high ground and surprise them. They're spread out. Jackie just invis. Stifling Daggers come in, so they know exactly where he is. Gabbi over to the side. Firestorm to keep T1 away. They're trying their darnest to wait out this Aegis. Buybacks. Everybody but Pango and Grimstroke.
At this point, like, Firestorm deals a ton of damage. You just need to survive through initial burst, keep them in place, use it multiple times. There's one Eon Disc on the Underlord, one on the Disruptor, and one on Pangolier. So 3 Eon Discs. Let's see how many do they have. One on Pugna, and that's pretty much it on the dire side.
This is another one of those games where I just think Ags on the Disruptor makes such a big difference.
It's a huge difference. Like, that's just me. I'd sell Glimmer Cape by Aghanim Scepter straight away. I can understand that he's holding a buyback right now.
But he's got Refresher. If you can get them both down, you're doing so much in the fight.
Too much, you know, ignoring the items. You can't pop a BKB, you can't hex.
Firestorm on top of both of those, or on top of one, like...
He's getting the gold with the Book of the Dead.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Has almost
Hex
enough more.
comes through. Inkswell. Now they go after KP. That's going to be the end. Just pop. They got the Static Storm. GKP that gets popped. Cheese is eaten. They're trying to go after Jackie with the Rolling Thunder coming through. The BKB no longer going to last on the Jackie. They've got the goods back right in the hands of Gabbi. Going to the Phantom Assassin. Yes, they do. And they'll pin him out right down on him. They've got him locked to the pin him out. The Aegis is going to be used. So can they get a second kill on the Phantom Assassin with BKB being caught like Cuckoo? They've got the Hex on together. They're about to beat up the right click damage coming out of the PA. They've got the Divine Radiant now top of the deck. Can they pick it up? They look over at Cuckoo with the BKB. T1, the only ones to get away are Grimstroke and this Crystal Maiden, and they bought back on the Ember just like that. TnC, they've got control of the Divine Rapier, control of the game, and looking like they might be able to pull out the series.
So DB is holding a Divine Rapier. He says, screw Monkey King Bard. I'm gonna have True Strike coming up from that Divine Rapier. Phantom Assassin has enough gold to actually buy a new Divine Rapier. Yeah, it's there. Not sure if he has enough money to actually buy Rapier and the buyback at this point. The buybacks are very costly. Let's see the buyback. I mean, you probably need the buyback here because they will go. They will hit your buildings.
Even with the Aegis, unable to survive. 2 cheeses on the Phantom Assassin. 5x get used. There's the Fear pushing back 2 heroes. It's that extra 10 seconds of the Metamorphosis. And now there's the Glyph. Rolling Thunder coming through. Tim's like a train rolling in without the brakes. Swashbuckle away. They've got the Dark Portrait chasing after these heroes. Gabbi will work on that. Gets a first hit. Bash will take care of it pretty easily. 22 seconds until PA is up.
PA
Come up and
not
then find
fighting
Rapier. BKBs and Dark Rift away. So they just leave.
They got the melee barracks, they leave. Aghanim Scepter finally done on a Disruptor. I believe he used a refresher in the previous fight because I can't see it. Yeah.
This'll come in handy.
It's a big game changer. Like,
Yeah.
casting it, let's say, on a Phantom Assassin, they have no saves for PA besides, like, a Decrypify. But, you know, even if you get a Static Storm off, she can use a BKB. She's gonna melt the Static Storm and possibly Firestorm.
Precious bounty.
Do you like the kinetic field duration or the glimpse cooldown? Because he took the kinetic field +3, but didn't take the
Yeah,
glimpse
for sure.
-8.
Like, when you have this ulti, the late game, you don't get that much from the glimpse cooldown.
Right.
Radiant are
So
scanning.
now, Divine Rapier in the hands of Terrorblade has those Force Boots, MKB Refresher Orb, and Bots 2, and you're 9 slotted on Gabbi.
Still has buyback. Like, you have a Shard, you have Aghanim Scepter upgrade.
11 slotted, really.
He can actually get one more item that's a Moon Shard.
Get the full 12. The dozen.
They're going
It's going to
in.
be broken. They'll drop down the Pit of Malice. Now they'll look over the Swashbuckle. That's going to miss. T1 by the skin of their teeth of Bane TnC.
BA rebought a Rapier. Man, she deals a sick amount of damage, but so does DB at this point.
Yeah, and it's really just been the ability to catch this Phantom Assassin. It's always the glimpse, the Static Storm, and then the Abyssal right on top. They've been able to pop that Aegis every time the Phantom Assassin has had it very quickly in these fights.
Late game Dota is just chaotic. You know, one mistake could make a lot of a difference. You know,
Do they
these
know this
items
courier?
like a Wind Waker can save allies, like new shard upgrades,
Dire's
DB.
bottom tower
Like,
is under
there's going to be
attack.
so much attack speed when he uses Demon Zeal. Disruptor uses Thunder Strike on him,
Right.
which is a shard upgrade. So Disruptor could start thinking about getting the Aghanim for himself for now, just saving the buyback. His buyback cost is like around 2,000, but should be okay.
TB has 61,000 net worth. That's such a big number. Oh my, get the Moon Shard, please. I want to see
Dire's bottom tower is
how
under
high
attack.
that number can go.
His buyback
Radiant's
is
turret has been
5,300.
So much. And he still can almost afford the first Hyperstone. He needs to be able. Oh my god. Honestly ridiculous. And we're gonna get down to potentially, what, 6th Roche?
I stopped counting after 5th, I believe, but yeah, I think this is
it's
going to be a
6th.
6th Roche.
And if we don't know how to count, just blame it on NA, because that's my counting skills. Where they come
That's
from.
what we do.
Yeah, so Roche back up, T1 postured on this. They need to be careful though, because TnC, they're knocking on the door, looking ready to go on the base. You're by Roche, but that's the sound of TnC right by your steps.
At this point of the game, I'd say mega creeps don't matter. Like, you just need to win
Remnant
two
and
fights in a
Malice.
row.
That misses, but the Remnant's still searching, looking, trying to catch this Beastmaster sleight of fist. That lands on the Cuckoo for a second. Now they've got Neglectneer forcing out the BKB. Oh, can he stop it? Yes, they can.
Yes,
There's the
they
Abyssal,
can.
and they'll get the kill on the Beastmaster. He bought back 2 minutes without Cuckoo.
Ooh, man, that's not a place to be. Cuckoo, they needed that roar. They need that second sight. He's also like getting a day gun. He doesn't know what to buy anymore.
He's out of ideas. And by the way, Pango 30, Ember 30.
By the way, Rose
Dire's bottom
respawned.
tower is under attack.
Do they go back and take it?
It's a possibility, but
Sorry, force staff, fake height. Apologize.
Dire's
Ember
bottom
can still
tower
pick it up
is
because
under
he'll
attack.
fly back into the cooldown.
Now they're going in. The Abyssal Blade, they're trying to get the kill with the Terrorblade. He's gone! Divine Rapier on the deck once again, and now it's looking like the BKB's been caught by the Ember, but he's locked with the Soulbind. Phantom
There's the
Assassin might not get
glimpse.
into
She's
it.
dead.
Jackie's gone.
She doesn't have enough money for buyback.
Oh dear, they've got the shield crash right on top of the Grim Stroke, and it's going to be popped here by Tim, but Gabbi's
That
back into the
game,
fight.
they have no damage. Keep up. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see.
Under attack. Dire's bottom
Maybe slow this down, not sure how long they can. It's only 300 gold away for the Phantom Assassin. If they can get something, maybe the buyback will be there, but it's not looking likely. There they go after the tier 4s. Here's the H-12 Thunderstrike. Tim's going in, but he's gonna die. Life Drain is enough. They pop the Lincoln's Carl on the run. They catch up with this Pugna. Survives Life Drain, still off. BKB, Carl on the run. Strike's not gonna be enough. Life Drain again. Eventually, Pugna makes it back inside the base. KP now needing to run out of here.
It's time to hit the throne.
There's the
Like,
tier
just
4.
ignore the heroes, hit the throne with all the illusions,
Yeah.
take the game,
There's
the victory.
TnC.
There it is.
They'll take the series over T1.